involved with the infrastructure of the electricity coming into that residential area. So I think we need to, as we start moving down this road of EVs and turbines and solar and all, we need to give the thought to what the second and third order effect of these votes are in affecting the infrastructure and electrical power within our residential areas. Thank you.
Leader McCombie is recognized.
Will the sponsor yield for a couple questions?
Okay, she will.
What is the effective date of this?
I think it was 90 days after the bill is effective, on permits issued 90 days after the bill is effective. The effective date must be when it's signed, I believe.
So you think it is, or it is? It's 90 days after it's signed?
It's 90, yes, when permits that are pardon? Yeah, so it's when people obtain permits, the permits that people obtain 90 days after the bill's effective date, which is a default, which is, I believe, when it's signed.
Okay. And is there any penalties if a builder willfully does not do this?
There is a penalty that I just, yes. If a landlord doesn't allow gives the person who wants to put this in a hard time, they can be fined $500.
Wait a second. If the landlord doesn't permit?
Yeah, so as I said, the bill has three parts to it. One is for new construction. One is the rules allowing for condo owners to be able to put a charging station or an outlet in for themselves. And the third is for apartment dwellers to be able to charge at home as well.
Okay. So for a landlord, if he doesn't allow a tenant, there's a penalty. If it is new construction, for a single family, is there a penalty?
No.
So new construction, there's no penalty?
I don't believe I saw anything in the bill. They're
okay.
expected to abide by the law.
Oh, they're expected to abide by the law, but there's no penalty if they don't?
I don't remember seeing anything for new construction.
Okay. So is there for an association, for a condo association, then if they don't abide by the law?
That is $500 as well.
Is that per unit or just for the total project?
It's per project, so it would be per unit, per whoever they are not allowing to charge their car there.
So if I have a 100-unit project, it would be $500 per unit if I willfully decide not to do that?
If you willfully decide not to allow any of them to pay for putting in a charging accessibility, either a system or a outlet, yes.
No, this is for new build. So I'm a new condo developer, and I'm building 100.
There's no penalty.
Oh, there's no penalty for that person?
Not for new construction.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah,
okay.
It would be part of the permit.
Pardon?
It would be required in all permits 90 days after this bill is signed.
But if they don't do it, there's no penalty.
It's not in the bill. Yeah. I mean, it would be the same as if they don't adhere to any of their other permits.
Okay, so the only people that are going to be penalized by not doing it is a landlord.
I don't know if there may be somewhere else in some other code where there are penalties for new developments not abiding by their permits. I do not know. But this law just states for the obstruction of allowing a condo owner or an apartment dweller to be able to set it up.
Okay, and that's for existing, not new.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Representative Holbrook is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Will the was the sponsor yield?
She indicates she will.
Yeah, so Representative, it sounds like this is for single-family and multifamily homes, right? Doesn't have anything to do with businesses or governmental installations?
Correct.
Yeah, so is there anything in law today about businesses and governmental installations that have parking lots? Are they to provide any electrical vehicle charging facilities?
Well, we had it in the original bill, but we took it out.
Okay. So is there any place on the Capitol complex that we can charge an electrical vehicle today?
There was, but now with construction, I don't believe there is.
So the construction, why would the construction have anything to do with the electrical vehicle charging station that was on this Capitol complex?
I'm sorry, could you repeat your question?
Yeah, so I think on the south side of the Stratton, there was electrical vehicle
Correct.
charging, but there's no more. That seems like a long ways from the construction. Why would that have anything to do with it?
Why did they remove those charging stations?
Yeah, I don't think
I cannot answer that, but what I do know is I did talk to the architect who is responsible for all the changes being made of the construction for the building here, and they have said that it's in their plans. They have plans to put in new charging stations, both in the garage and I believe on campus.
But currently, nowhere on the Capitol complex can we charge an electrical vehicle today. Is that correct?
Currently, there is not. There had been. There's a lot of things that aren't on campus right now. It's pretty much chaos.
Right. So, and you believe the reason to be is because of the construction and not due to any technological changes in the devices to do that. All right. Thank you. No further questions.
Representative Weber is recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Does the sponsor yield?
She indicates she will.
So just real quick, just kind of follow up on Representative Hellbrook's questions. Would Federal Housing Authority in any housing developments be required to follow the same law?
There is a part of this is for affordable housing. Yes, we did work out an understanding with them on what their requirements were going to be as well.
A lot of times on federal property, they follow their own ordinances and regulations, so I was just curious on that.
Yeah.
So if a local housing authority built a apartment building, they would have to put one in for all the tenants?
Pardon?
Say if a local housing authority built apartment building, had units for residents, they would have to put these stations in for all of them?
For affordable are you asking me around affordable housing developments?
I mean, apartment building or senior living center or you name it.
Well, for affordable housing developments, they are required to have one EV-capable space for each code-required space if the owner is issued a building permit 24 months after the effective date. So there are requirements for for affordable housing developments.
Would there be, thanks for answering that. Do you know if there would be any prevention for a landlord or anyone else to meter the usage of these for tenants to add any cost on?
Yes, the tenant is required to pay the electricity cost for.
No, what I'm saying is, would a landlord be able to put a meter on these and actually increase the, add a cost for it? Would a landlord be able to meter or monitor the usage on these electric charging stations and add a service fee? Is that okay?
Right. Yes, they would.
They would be able to do that?
Yes.
Okay, so landlords could actually profit from this. All right, thank you.
Leader Manley is recognized.
Will the sponsor yield?
She indicates she will.
Leader Gable, my BA doesn't show any opponents, and now that the Illinois Realtors are proponents, is that your understanding?
Okay. So they filed both in support and neutral. But the times that I have talked to them and seen them, they have given me a thumbs up and said, yes, we're ready to go. We're ready now.
Thank you.
Seeing no further questions, Leader Gable to close.
So thank you. Again, let me just remind folks that the electric cars are the future. Most people charge at home, and we need to make sure that they have the capability to charge at home. Charging your car is a lot less expensive than buying gas, and we should make this as easy as possible for electric car owners. Thank you, and I appreciate and I vote.
The question is, shall Senate Bill 40 pass? All those in favor vote aye. All opposed vote nay. The voting is open. On this question, there are 69 voting yes, 38 voting no, and 1 voting present. And this bill, having received a constitutional majority, is hereby declared passed.